This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this truth and sincerity and meekness without wavering. And shalom to the speckled bird, scattered amongst the heathen that look like the heathen. This is your brother ICR from the GMS Cleveland Church. Lord willing, back with another edifying lesson to feed the lambs and sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. In this lesson, it's going to be about the tribe of Gad, okay? And when you read Genesis, the 49th chapter, Israel, whose former name was Jacob, called all his sons together to pretty much tell them what was going to happen in the last days, okay? Last days meaning after Yahweh Shai pretty much came on the scene, okay, which was during the time of his birth under the Roman Empire. Okay, the last days that Jacob prophesied about was after Yahweh Shai died. The tribes were scattered amongst the four corners of the planet Earth. Okay, one of the things that's going to come upon the tribe of Gad, as it says, a troop shall overcome him. Okay, we're going to go into this word, troop and overcome. Now the word troop, it says a band, troop, marauding band, okay, a band of divisions of army, okay, foray, raid, okay, a crowd especially of soldiers, army, band of men, company, troop of robbers. Okay, we're going to go into Thayer's Greek lexicon. It says a marauding band, okay? We're going to look up this word, marauding. Going about in search of things to steal or people to attack. Okay, so that's what was going to happen to Gad. Okay, there's going to be a marauding band, a military force, a group of thieves, right, that were going to overcome him, which overcome means to attack, okay, invade, all right. Now, if you know the history of the 12 tribes, okay, when they were dwelling in the land in the time of peace during King Solomon, after the split, the northern kingdom was taken into captivity by the king of Assyria, Shalmaneser V. Okay, and it's in 2 Esdras 13 or 40. I'm gonna just grab it. All right. This is book of 2 Esdras 13. I'm gonna jump down to 40. I'm gonna start at 39. Okay, because this was after the split. Okay, remember, the northern kingdom was taken into captivity under the Assyrian Empire and was separated from the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom represent 10 tribes, which consisted of your so-called Negroes, not Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, okay, North American Indians, Seminole Indians, okay, those of pretty much Hispanic, Latino, okay, or Native American descent. Okay, you were separated from the Southern Kingdom, which consists of you Negroes, Haitians, and Jamaicans. Okay, there was a separation. Okay, and this was all the plan of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, He wanted the tribes to be separated so they could be brought back into another precept. Okay, so it could be brought back, okay, together in the last days, All right. Let me grab this real quick, proving a point. Because it says this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. It says, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel," right, the northern kingdom, "and the children of Judah were oppressed together," right? So the 12 tribes were never in captivity together besides Egypt, okay? And the Lord ended up delivering them, and they never seen captivity together again. It says, "And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go," okay? And when you read this chapter, it goes into Babylon, okay? Now we know that the southern kingdom during the time of the Babylonian Empire was the only tribe, the southern kingdom to be exact, was the only tribes. Judah, Benjamin, Levi were the only ones that were in Babylon, okay? And then, so the southern kingdom was already under the Assyrian captivity, okay? Which pretty much they left that captivity during the times that the southern kingdom was taken down. Okay, so I'm gonna go right back to 2 13 and 39. Okay, because remember there was a split. It says 2 13, 39. "Whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceful multitude unto him. Those are the 10 tribes, the northern kingdom, which were carried away prisoners out of their own land." Okay, which was Samaria. Okay, the northern kingdom, the northern area of the land of Israel. It says, "In the time of Hosea the king," right, "whom Salmanessar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so they came into another land," right? They went into another land, which was in the land of Assyria. Okay. It says, "But they took this counsel," who? The 10 tribes. They took a counsel. Okay, they congregated and came up with a plan. It says that they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen, right? That they would leave the Assyrian land, right? And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. Okay. Now we believe that land is America. Okay. Where never mankind dwelt because nobody was living over here. Yeah, you had nations and nations and people coming over here, because of the pleasant, goodly things. Remember, King Solomon sent people over here, specifically the sons of Hiram, okay, Tyre, to come over here and get things like peacocks and turkeys and all sorts, and even gold. Okay, they came over here to grab those things, but they never lived over here. Okay, so that's why it says where never mankind dwelt. It says that they may keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. So they was looking for a fresh start, the 10 tribes, okay? It says, "And they enter into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them, and he held still the flood till they were passed over." Okay? So it says, "For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth." Okay, so that when you go into the Jewish Encyclopedia, okay, I'm gonna read this article, but I'm gonna grab the Jewish Encyclopedia, okay, where Arsareth, when you go into it means another land. Okay, so we're gonna grab this real quick. Okay, this is in the Jewish Encyclopedia. It says, "The name of the land beyond the great river far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration." You see, until the time of restoration. And he's quoting 2 14th chapter, 45th verse. You see, it says Columbus, right? Cristobal Colon, who you people celebrate, the murderer, he identified America with this land. So the 12 tribes, the 10 tribes were dwelling over here in America. Okay, so America is that place, Babylon the Great, man. And this is where Gad was a troop had overcame him. Okay, the Gad is a so-called North American Indian, and remember, it says a troop, which means a marauder. So we're gonna grab that. We're gonna get that word again. Once again, this is Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Okay, once again, the word troop. It says a band, troop, marauding band, raiding band, right? Troop, band of divisions of army. It says a foray and aid. All right, so you're going to look up this word marauding one more time. It says going about in search of things to steal or people to attack. Oh, it says predatory. Okay, and who's the prey? The Israelites. Okay, you Negroes, Latinos, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. Okay, of Negro, Latino, Negro, and Native American, Native Indian descent, you are the prey, man. Okay, and who's the predator? Okay, we're going to go into it. All right, remember, America is also known as Arthurus, which where the 10 tribes dwelt. Okay, and who I'm gonna just read this real quick. It says, then, right, 2 13 and 46, then dwelt they there until the latter time. The latter time is talking about now. And now when they shall begin to come, who's the they? The southern kingdom. That's in 1619, they were brought over here through the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, and this is where the 12 tribes were gathered together again in Jeremiah 50 and 33. Okay, so America is Babylon the Great. Okay, just to prove that point. And this is where Gad was overcame, okay, by a troop. And who's that troop? I'm gonna read this article. This is from the National Archives. Okay, National Archives. I just want to look up what the word archives mean. All right. Okay, because the Lord is casting this devil down, man. The word archives, it says records or documents preserved as evidence. Okay, I got a precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So the point was that they made their own tongue to fall upon themselves. How is that? Through these archives. Okay, records or documents preserved as evidence. You have books called Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Okay, dealing with the slaughter of the North American Indian. Okay, you also have the Trail of Tears, which is going to go into this. Okay, it says town hall, public building, beginning, origin, first place. Okay, place where public records and historical documents are kept. And where's that? On the internet. Okay, and this devil is being exposed, man. I got another precept. Okay, hey, this devil, you're being found out, man. Okay, you're being found out, man. It says Habakkuk 2:16, thou art filled with shame for glory. Yeah, the roles have been reversed. Okay, now you're being filled with shame for glory, man. All right, because once America was once known as that glorious city, streets paved with gold. Okay, but now through these archives, through these evidence that these devils left behind, your glory has been converted to shame. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee. Right, the cup meaning a judgment. Okay, ultimately the judgment was these curses. Deuteronomy 28:15 on down, that was put upon the nation of Israel. You about to drink of that cup, and you're starting to right now. Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, the cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee. A shameful spewing shall be on thy glory, man. And that's what this article is about to go into. Because you people, you Edomites specifically, okay, that's who this article is dealing with. President Andrew Jackson. You people forget that this land was stolen land. Okay, and you have trodden down the tribes to gain this land. And we know that it says, thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmarks, man. And this is what you devils did. The Lord is about to pay you back, man. This is why he's bringing you to World War III. He's about to have all these nations shoot missiles at you, okay? It says President Andrew Jackson's message to Congress on Indian removal. 1830. And as you see, this is, see the handwriting, man. You see? So this is evidence, not biblical evidence, but secular history links up with the Bible, man. Okay. It says on December 6, 1830, his annual message to Congress, President Andrew Jackson informed Congress on the progress of the removal of Indian tribes living east of the Mississippi River to land in the West. Okay. It says in the early 1800s, American demand for Indian nations' land increased, and momentum grew to force American Indians further west. Okay, so this is this man's greed. Okay, he came over here, starting with Cristobal Colon. Then you had Hernan Cortez. Then you had a bunch of other devils who infiltrated the South America, okay, Central America, okay, eventually North America, and then Canada. Okay, they took over all this whole landmass, and it was due to greed. Okay, it says a thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy. Okay, this is what these devils, this nation is all about. It's about committing genocide. Okay, which genocide in the Edomine, it says killing a tribe, from the Greek word genos, which means race or give birth, and side means a killing. So it's considered race killing. And that's what these devils did. It was millions and millions of Israelites living on this land. Okay. All the way from Tenochtitlan, okay, dealing with so-called Mexico, which is a tribe of Issachar. Okay, the Aztecs. You had a majority of the world's population at that time when Tenochtitlan was in existence. Most of the population was here in that land. Okay, then you also had North America, where there was over hundreds of millions. Okay, North American Indians over on this land. Now there's less than 90% of the population, man. Okay, this man is a disease, man. It says the first major step to relocate American Indians came when Congress passed and President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act of May 28, 1830. The act authorized the president to negotiate removal treaties with Indian tribes living east of the Mississippi River, primarily in the states of Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, and others. The goal was to remove all American Indians living in existing states and territories and send them to unsettled land in the West. They gave them the worst of the land. Okay, and eventually they even took that land from them, man, because they ended up finding out that it was oil reserves on that land. So this devil removed the landmarks, and we know that the Lord gave everybody an inheritance. Okay, and what that inheritance meaning land, you're not supposed to remove the landmark. This is Deuteronomy 19:14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark, which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that Yahweh thy power giveth thee to possess it. Yeah, that's the point, man. You should not remove your neighbor's landmark. Okay, and Deuteronomy, Proverbs 22:8. It says, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. See, so that's as you see, it's three precepts dealing with remove not the landmarks, man. But what does this devil do? He passes unrighteous decrees, man. All right, let me grab that. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And this is definitely an unrighteous decree. Decree meaning law, an act. And that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment. Who's the needy? The Israelites. Okay. What's judgment? Equity. Okay. And to take away the right from the poor of my people, right? That widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Who's the fatherless? The Israelites. Okay, because our father is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay. They robbed us, man. When the Lord wasn't dealing with us at the time, what did they do? They overcame the tribe of Gad, man. Okay, as well as the rest of the tribes. Okay, this is what this devil's all about. He's about overcoming you tribes, man. Okay, and that goes back to the blessing that Isaac had gave Jacob. Okay, he gave Esau was envious at the blessing that Jacob was given. Okay, so envious that he said he will pursue his brother with the sword. Right, his days are at hand. Then when I slay my brother Jacob, man, you see he has kept that perpetual hatred according to Ezekiel 35th chapter. Okay, this devil hates you Israelites, man. Okay, and history proves it. It says, in his message on December 6, 1830, President Jackson informed Congress on the progress of the removal, stating, "It gives me pleasure to announce to Congress that the benevolent policy of the government steadily pursued for nearly 30 years, and that in relation to the removal of the Indians beyond the white settlements is approaching to a happy consummation." So these devils was doing this for 30 years, man. Okay. It says Jackson declared that removal would incalculably strengthen the southwestern frontier, clearing Alabama and Mississippi of their population. It says clearing Alabama and Mississippi of their Indian populations. He said will enable those states to advance rapidly in power, wealth, and population, wealth, and power. See, this is what this devil is all about, man. He's greedy, man. Okay, his God is gold, oil, and drugs. Okay. It says clearing Alabama, right? This devil wants to clear you out, man. All right. It says in Mississippi of their Indian populations, and Indians is just it's a derogatory term meaning savage. Okay, but you're the real Indian, Esau, you so-called white people. You're the real savages, man. Okay. He said will enable those states to advance rapidly in population, wealth, and power. You see, and that's him speaking smooth words to Congress. Okay. And you think he didn't come with smooth words to you tribes, the you Gadites, you so-called North American Indians? He came to you with smooth words, man. Okay, teaching, asking you how to till the land and grow crops. You know how to hunt. You see, and what did he do? He used those things against you. Okay, he polluted the land, made sport of the animals that was there that you fed on, feasted on. He used those things against you. He used your tactics that you taught him against you, man. Okay? This is why it says never trust thine enemy, man. For as iron rusteth, so doeth his wickedness, man. It says by the end of Jackson's presidency, his administration has negotiated almost 70 removal treaties. These led to the relocation of nearly 50,000 Eastern Indians to the Indian Territory, what later became Eastern Oklahoma. It opened up 25 million acres of Eastern land to white settlement, and since the bulk of the land was in the American South, to the expansion of slavery. See, that's what it was all about. The casting you down from your excellency, man. Okay, the scriptures talk about that. He said he cleared you out of the land, just so he could bring you niggas over there and put you in slavery, man. 25 million acres of land to these devils, okay? Took that from you North American Indians just so they could put your brother in slavery, the tribe of Judah, man. All right. It says, and this once again, this is archives, machines, evidence. This is crimes against the so-called white man. Okay, and they're being brought up in court. And we're in the court of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and Yahushua is the prosecutor, man. Okay, and he's about to prosecute your ass, Esau. Okay, he's also our lawyer too, man. Okay, he's our mediator, man. It says perhaps the most well-known treaty, the Treaty of New Ikada, ratified in 1836, called for the removal of Cherokees and living in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Alabama. The treaty was opposed by many members of the Cherokee Nation, and when they refused to leave, Major General Winfield Scott was ordered to push them out. And he was given 3,000 troops and the authority to raise additional state militia and volunteer troops to force removal. Okay, so what did he do? He relied on that sword. Okay, he relied on the sword. That his blessing. Remember, did not Isaac bless Esau with the sword? Grab that real quick. It's the book of Genesis 27. And I'm going to go to verse 38. And Esau, right? Esau in the Hebrew means Ishashua, which means wasted away is he. Why? Because he has no melanin. That's why he's wasted away. Okay, because without melanin, you're first and foremost you're cursed by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but you're not able to withstand the elements. Okay, specifically the sun is why white people get skin cancer. Okay, they turn red. Okay, this is why they try to put on suntan lotion. Okay, it says, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Esau was crying like a bitch. And you Edomites, okay, you so-called white people descend from Esau, okay. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, "Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above." Right, when you go to the word fatness, it means oil. Okay, and America also has untapped oil reserves as well. It has untapped oil on this land, if I'm not mistaken, the top 5 countries. Okay, and America was a luscious, fruitful place. Okay, you can read that in Joel the 2nd chapter. It says the land before them was as the Garden of Eden, roughly paraphrasing, and behind them is a desolate wilderness. Okay, because that goes into how America, once again, it was as the Garden of Eden, man. Okay, it was a beautiful land, man. No diseases. Okay, no rats, rodents. Okay, until the so-called white man came over here, and that's why the missile is gonna hit this place, because this land is filthy and polluted, man. It says, "And the dew of heaven from above." Yeah, because this devil is living in every. Go to every place in the world. He's living in the top communities, man, the richest communities, the most beautiful places in those lands. Okay. "And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother." Right? And that was under King David. He had the Edomites under subjection. Okay, but it says, "And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion." He ended up breaking out from slavery. I forgot under which king it was. Okay, but it was of the tribe of Judah, the southern kingdom. Okay, Esau got away. He broke loose. It says, "Thou shalt break," right? It says that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck, man. And when did he get dominion? Starting with Alexander the Greek. Okay, going to that how he it says, "By thy sword thou shalt live." Alexander the Greek took over the known world at that time in 12 years, man. Okay, that's Esau. Alexander the Greek was a descendant of the Edomites. Okay, the so-called white man. Okay, but the point was, by thy sword thou shalt live. Okay, so what does Esau do when nobody agrees with him? he resorts to his sword. Okay, which he has been undefeated. Okay, but I wouldn't say undefeated, because you had North American Indians, the tribe of Gad. They won many battles against this devil. Okay, that's not on the books. Okay, but hey, he said he shall overcome at the last, because Gad is gonna overcome these devils, man. The 12,000 out of the nation, the tribe of Gad, the elect, they're gonna overcome you, man, and they're gonna do you way worse than you did them with the scalping and the rape, robbing, and murdering that you did. Okay, when they would have powwows, you would go and slay them. Okay, hey, they gonna do you way worse, but in righteousness, man. Okay, it says, despite Scott's order calling for the removal of Indians in a humane fashion, this did not happen. See, it says in a humane fashion. This smooth words, man. It said it did not happen. During the fall and winter of 1838 through 39, the Cherokees were forcibly removed from their homes to the Indian Territory, some having to walk as many as 1,000 miles over a 4-month period. So they forcibly made them walk, man. 1,000 miles over a 4-month period. Approximately 4,000, right? 25% of 16,000 Cherokees died along the way. This sad chapter in our history is known as the Trail of Tears, and he has not been paid for these crimes, man. He has not been paid back for these crimes. Okay. He might have gave you reparations, but that's not enough, man. That's not enough. Okay, the Lord said in not Ezekiel, but Numbers 35 and 33, it says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Right? How do you pollute the land? For blood it defileth the land. That's how you pollute the land. Blood. Okay, and the land cannot be cleansed it cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. How can it be cleansed? But by the blood of him that shed it. So that's true reparations. By killing those who killed you, man. Okay. And God's gonna overcome. He said he shall overcome at the last. It says by the 1840s, nearly all Indian tribes have been driven west, which is exactly what the Indian Removal Act intended to accomplish. So this is Andrew Jackson's annual message, and I'm gonna just read this, and I'm gonna grab a precept or two, and I'm gonna close out. It says, it gives me pleasure, right? Pleasure, right? Happiness, joy, to announce to Congress that the benevolent policy of the government steadily pursued for nearly 30 years in relation to the removal of the Indians beyond the white settlements is approaching to a happy consummation. Okay, consummation meaning the action of making a marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse. Consummation, completion, okay? So these devils took 30 years, they conspired 30 years, okay? But they don't tell you in the midst of those 30 years, they were already doing what they were planning to do, okay? They were already murdering. I'm not going to say killing. They were murdering Israelites. Murder means premeditated killing, okay? Meaning you sat there and plotted it out, okay? Oh, what's that? All right. This is the book of Psalm 32, 37 and 32. The wicked watches the righteous. Who's the wicked? Who's the world? The world is given into the hand of the wicked. Who controls the world? Esau, Edom, a so-called white man. Okay. He controls all the banks. He controls all the media sources. Okay. He controls the food. Okay. He controls the air through the air, you know, the airports, the airplanes. Okay. He controls the seas. Okay. And also in Malachi 1 and verse 4 said Esau, Edom is the border of wickedness. So that's the wicked. Okay, you so-called white people, starting with the elites, man. It says the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Okay. I'm going to that word slay. It says to die, kill, have one executed. Okay. As you see, to die as penalty, be put to death, to die prematurely by neglect of wise moral conduct. Okay. But that's the point, man. Slay meaning kill, man. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him, man. Okay, and that's what they've been doing, man. Okay, and that's what they continue to do to this day. It says, 2 important tribes have accepted the provision made for the removal at the last session of Congress, and it is believed that their example will induce the remaining tribes also to seek the same obvious advantages. So you had some sellout Gadites, North American Indians. You had some that sold out. Okay, it says 2 important tribes, man, because they start off with the most renowned tribes, the ones who had the most respect. Okay, they start off with those who have the power to get them to pretty much bow down. Okay, that's I think that was in the book of Maccabees. Okay, when they they tried to have I forgot what his name was, but they tried to have him eat pork, okay, so they could persuade other people to the other tribes to participate in that too, because they know eating pork is against the law. Okay, so that's how he gets you. He puts these, and he still does it to this day. He has these influential people, okay, among our nation that persuade you to partake in his madness, like with the CV19. Okay, you had a lot of athletes, like Magic Johnson saying, "Go ahead, take the jump shot." Okay, what he said, I forgot which athlete said, this the only shot I'm not blocking, and his ass ended up dying. You see, hey, but that's them trying to induce the remaining tribes also to seek the same obvious advantages, man. You see, it says the consequences of a speedy removal will be important to the United States, to individual states, and to the Indians themselves. The pecuniary advantages, all right, I'm gonna look that word up. It says the pecuniary advantages which it promises to the government are the least of its recommendations. Okay, pecuniary means relating to or consisting of money, financial. Okay, the financial advantages which it promises to the government are the least of its recommendations. It puts an end to all possible danger of collision between the authorities of the general and state governments on account of the Indians. It will place a dense and civilized population in large tracts of country now occupied by a few savage hunters, man. By opening the whole territory between Tennessee on the north and Louisiana on the south to the settlement of whites, it will incalculably strengthen the southwestern frontier and render the adjacent states strong enough to repel future invasions without remote aid. Okay, so this is all for their gain. This is all beneficial for them, okay, for the so-called white man, okay. Everything they did was beneficial for them. It said, to whom will he, it says, right, 14, it says, and if he doeth any good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the end he will declare his wickedness. See, this man is a walking trap, man. He's a walking trap, okay. It say he speak with a forked tongue. I mean, he says one thing and does another, man. And who does that? It's called rhetoric. Okay, white people will give you the runaround. Okay, they will never be straightforward with their answers. And if they do, don't trust them. It says it will relieve the whole state of Mississippi and the western part of Alabama of Indian occupancy and enable those states to advance rapidly in population, wealth, and power. It will separate the Indians from immediate contact with the settlement of whites, free them from the power of the states, enable them to pursue happiness in their own way and under their own rule institutions. You see, this is bullshit. Okay, it says enable them to pursue happiness in their own way. Well, they were doing that before you fucking came over here. Okay, what did it say? They came over here to observe the laws and statutes that they couldn't in their father's land, roughly paraphrased. Yeah, they were going off, committing adultery, eating abominable things. But they, who are you to tell them, you came over here and you told pretty much wipe the land out and forced them on reservations to do these. You've put them on reservations, man. Okay, so they can pretty much practice on a fucking prison, man. A reservation is a prison, man. It says, will regard the progress of decay, which is lessening their numbers, and perhaps cause them gradually under the protection of the government and through the influence of good counsels to cast off their savage habits and become an interesting, civilized, and Christian community. Hold on, let me read this again, man. I gotta read this again. It says, it will separate the Indians from immediate contact with settlements of whites, free them from the power of the states, enable them to pursue happiness in their own way and under their own rule institutions, will regard the progress of decay, which is lessening their numbers, and perhaps cause them gradually under the protection of the government and through the influence of good counsels to cast off their savage habits, right? Their ways, okay, and do what? And become an interesting, civilized, and Christian community. And that's just a pretty, they like to throw that term Christian out there. But Christianity, look at Christianity today. It says the law is done away with. So pretty much do as you want to under this Christian lifestyle. Which the true Christian lifestyle is following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and keeping the faith. Okay? But notice how he says becoming interesting and civilized, which the white man is not civilized, man. The white man is the true savage. If you believe that these so-called white people are civilized, you're out your fucking mind, man. Okay, go back to 1492. Okay, you can even go back during the time of the Greeks. Okay, the so-called white man is the most uncivilized human being, is the most uncivilized nation on the planet Earth, man. Going to that book, the 13th Tribe, how they were in the Caucasus Mountains, feeding on their cannibalism, feeding on their own people. Okay, wearing the same drawers. Okay, till they fell off. Couldn't even didn't know how to wash up, didn't know how to take care of their hygiene. You fucking devils, man. And you people who truly believe in this Christian lifestyle, the Lord gonna get you too, man. Okay, because this Christian community that's being talked about, and this is going into paganism, man. Okay, if you're a true Christian, why would you remove your neighbor's landmark? It says, what good man would prefer a country? And if you're a true Christian, where's the equity? Where's the judgment? Where's the righteous judgment? It says, what good man would prefer a country covered with forests? Would prefer a country covered with forests. So he talks about Isaiah 14, man. All right, Isaiah the 14th chapter. It says, Isaiah 14. It says, and 8, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Yeah, because the white man is all about chopping down trees and putting a concrete parking lot in this place, or a concrete building, man. Okay? Which concrete destroys the earth, man. And it destroys your body and your health too, man. It says, what good man, you see, would prefer a country covered with forests and ranged by a few thousand savages to our extensive republic, right? Studded with, now look, a few thousand savages to their extensive republic, studded with cities, towns, and prosperous farms, and brothers with all improvement which art can devise or industry execute, occupied by more than 12 million happy people, and filled with all the blessings of liberty, civilization, and religion. See, and this is the smooth words of the so-called white. This is the pride of the so-called white man. He chops down trees just to build up cities, man. Okay, and now I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna jump down to 14 and 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children. Whose children? The so-called white man. Why? For the iniquity of their fathers. And there's no such thing as you paying for the sins of your fathers, man. You are your forefathers, okay? Reincarnation is biblical. You come back every third or fourth generation. It says that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You see, and this is devil. He wants to chop down trees and build cities. Okay, go back to ancient Rome, or look at the world right now. Okay, look at the NATO countries. Okay, specifically Greece, Rome, France, Britain, Italy, Spain, Germania Major, Germania Minor. Look at those places, man. Filled with cities. Once filled with trees, now it's filled with cities, man. And all those people are crowded into those cities. And he believes that these cities are they're an improvement, okay, compared to a country covered with forests. You see, this is why the Lord is gonna get rid of you devils, man. It says the present policy, and then he says, and filled with the blessings of liberty. What is liberty today? Let's go into the word liberty, man. Because the true liberty is under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It says the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authorities on one's way of life. And this is what America is all about. It's all about liberty, okay? Being liberal. You see, you can be what you want to be. Okay, you can be a mole. You can be a transformer. Okay, you can be with a little boy. Okay, you can be with a little girl. You see, you can be with an animal. You see, you can celebrate wicked holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and 4th of July. You can celebrate these things, which liberty in the sense of the so-called white man is being free from the Bible. Okay, that's his liberty, being free from the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. It says, and filled with the blessings of liberty, civilization, and religion. And he calls his way of lifestyle being civilized. Okay, and religion, his religion is what? It's worshiping Satan. It says the present policy of the government is but a continuation of the same progressive change by a milder process. The tribes which occupy the countries are now constituting the eastern states that were constituting the eastern states that were now constituting the eastern states were annihilated and have melted away to make room for the whites. Okay, annihilated. Okay, let's go into that word, annihilated. It says destroy, utterly obliterate. Okay, and he has wiped them out, man. The tribes which occupy the countries now constituting the eastern states were annihilated or have melted away to make room for the whites. Okay, he's boasting, man. The Lord is about to get you devils, man. The waves of population and civilization are rolling to the westward, and we now propose to acquire the countries occupied by the red men of the South and West by a fair exchange and at the expense of the United States to send them to land where their existence may be prolonged or perhaps made perpetual. So he wants to put you at a lower state for a certain amount of time. Okay, it says prolonged or perhaps made perpetual, meaning a constant state. Okay, poorness, man. And when he says red man, he's talking about the so-called North American Indian, which they're not red. They were melanated people, okay? Which you so-called white people are the true red man, okay? It says, doubtless it will be painful to leave the graves of their fathers, but what do they more than our ancestors did or than our children are now doing? Hold on. It says, but doubtless it will be painful to leave the graves of their ancestors, but what do they more than our ancestors did or than our children are now doing? To better their condition in an unknown land, our forefathers left all that was dear in earthly objects. Our children by thousands yearly leave the land of their birth to seek new homes, right? In distant regions. So, man, let me grab another one, man. All right. This is the book of Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the whole nation, right? Because it says as soon as they be born, they come out speaking lies, man. Okay. His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. Okay. I mean, it's not, his soul is not righteous, but the just shall live by his faith. And who's that just? The Israelites, starting with the elect. Say, yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine his philosophies, right? We're talking about religion, civilization, liberty, right? His wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? He does not keep at, where's his home? Petra Jordan, Mount Seir, okay? Over there in over in the land where there is no vegetation, okay, where it's all dry. Okay, that's his home, man. The caves, man. Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death. This man is as death. Okay. And it means he is as death, man. Okay, his ways of life, his suggestions, his lifestyle, his culture, his philosophies will kill you, man. And cannot be satisfied. And he can't be satisfied, man. This is why he kept continuously pushing them towards the west. Okay. But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people, man. And that's what he's all about. Okay, through liberty and democracy. He wants to heap unto them all nations. It says, our children by thousands yearly leave the land of their birth to seek new homes in distant regions. Meanwhile, you have your own inheritance, your own land. Okay, but that's the blessing. I just say you should have you should be as a dew of heaven. Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Does humanity weep at these painful separations from everything, animate and inanimate, with which the young heart has become entwined? Far from it. It's rather a source of joy that our country affords scope where our young population may range unconstrained in mind or body, developing the power and facilities of men at their highest perfection. These remove hundreds and almost thousands of miles at their own expense, purchase the lands they occupy, and support themselves at their new homes from the moment of their arrival. Can it be cruel in this government when, by events which it cannot control, the Indian is made discontented in his ancient home, to purchase his lands, to give him a new and extensive territory, to pay the expenses of his removal and support him a year in his new abode? How many thousands of our own people would gladly embrace the opportunity of moving to the West on such conditions? If the offers made to the Indians were extended to them, they would be hailed with gratitude and joy. So Esau is pretty much saying, nigga, be happy. You should be happy, right? You should be happy that we didn't just slaughter you and take over the whole, just obliterate you, right? Be happy that we left some of you and put you on a small plot of land. Be happy with that. Our people would be happy with that if they had a small portion of land. This devil's gonna pay, man. This devil's gonna pay, man. It says, it is supposed that the wandering savage has a stronger attachment to his home than the settled, civilized Christian. Yeah, cause this land was ours, man. Okay, what have you to do with this fucking land? And he calls himself civilized. But what does civilized really mean? It says at an advanced stage of social and cultural development, and another one says polite and well mannered. And you devils ain't polite, man. This wasn't polite, man. And this wasn't well mannered. This was savagery, man. This was murder, man. Rape, rob, and murder, man. It says, and is it supposed that the wandering savage, and he likes to call it says wandering savage, why? Because we were nomadic people. Okay. Gad, every 7 years, they will move lands, okay, to keep the land Sabbath. But what is Esau? Esau doesn't have a land Sabbath, man. That's why the fruits and the vegetables don't have the right nutrients. They don't have the correct amount of nutrients in them, man. This is why he adds GMO to it. Okay, but you're a Christian. Why don't you follow the law, statutes, and commandments? Okay, why don't you keep the land Sabbath? And it is supposed that the wandering savage has a stronger attachment to his home than the settled civilized Christian. Is it more afflicting to him to leave the graves of his fathers than it is to our brothers and children? Rightly considered, the policy of general government toward the red man is not only liberal, but generous. So what you did was generous, huh? Okay, and liberal, huh? And this is why God is going to overcome you at the last, man. Okay, because God, you're being found out that you're the wicked, man. Okay, it says he's unwilling to submit to the laws of the state and mingle with their population. To save him from this alternative or perhaps utter annihilation, the general government kindly offers him a new home, proposes to pay the whole expense of his removal and settlement. And he comes to you with smooth words, man. Let me grab that. This is the book of Psalm chapter 55, and in 20, it says, he, who's that he? Esau, Edom. Okay, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him, and that's what he did with the tribe of Gad, a North American Indian. They were at peace with you, man. They considered you, they treated you like you were his brother, man. And what did you do? He hath broken his covenant. Okay, you didn't keep up with your agreements. Okay, you broke over 300 treaties with the so-called North American Indian, man. Okay, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, man. That's this devil, man. He likes to come to you humble, okay, coming in a peaceful manner, right? But in the back of his mind, he's figuring out how to slay you, okay? And that's what he did with the so-called North American Indian, okay? He took over this land by rape, robbery, and murder and deceit, okay? But God is going to overcome you at the last, man, okay? So I'm going to close out. Lord, when it was edifying, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders and apostles, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Kwam Yasha'Allah Shalom.